Hello again. This is Ricky and you're watching One2 Tax. In this video we're having a look at the types of taxes that you may come across as an individual in South Africa. As we've mentioned, this course is focusing on personal income tax, but we thought it would just be useful to quickly run through the different types of taxes that you may come across in your lifetime. But let's start with income tax. Income tax is levied on the income that an individual or a person earns. And it's levied at different rates depending on your level of income. For companies, income tax is levied at a flat rate of 28% currently. Then pay as you earn is merely a way of collecting income tax. So it's not a different tax. Pay as you earn is the method that SARS uses and government uses to collect income tax from employees. How it works is that when your employer must pay you your salary, they pay you your net salary, meaning that they already deduct your income tax from it, and your employer, are responsible to pay that over to SARS. Then we have capital gains tax, which people often are not aware of the fact is actually a type of income tax. So your taxable capital gains for an individual, 40% of those are included in your taxable income and then subject to income tax. We're going to look at what a taxable capital gain is later in the course, but very briefly, it is really a gain you make on the sale of an asset. So if you were to buy Bitcoin for 5,000 Rand and sold it for 50,000 Rand, that 45,000 Rand difference is a taxable capital gain. Obviously, there are many complexities to it. We will only look at a basic explanation and introduction to it a bit later in this course. Then we have VAT, which is almost, I think, most people, it's the widest tax base, meaning that most people pay VAT. VAT is charged on the supply of goods and services and on the import of goods and services, and it's charged at a rate of 15%. Then there are some zero-rated items like basic unprocessed foods, sanitary items, and exports, which are zero-rated for VAT purposes. Then when you die, your estate may even have to pay estate duty, but that's only if your estate is over 3.5 million in value, and then estate duty is charged at 20% on the net value over 3.5 million, and then at 25% if your estate is over 30 million in value. Then when you give someone money or property, you have to pay donations tax. So donations tax is very similar to estate duty in that it is tax on the transfer of wealth. So if I were to just give you a house, I would have to pay 20% on that value of that house to SARS. And donations tax is payable at a rate of 20% on the first 30 million of lifetime donations and is payable by the donor, as I've mentioned. But you do get 100,000 Rand annual exemption as an individual. So you can give away 100,000 Rands worth of donations every year without having to pay donations tax. Then when you buy immovable property, so a house or a piece of land, then you have to pay transfer duty, and it's a sliding scale. There's a transfer duty table which sets out the different rates of transfer duty applicable. When you own property, the municipality usually charges rates and taxes based on the value of that property, and it's usually payable monthly to a municipality. And then another tax that most people will come across is dividends tax, which is charged on dividends. So when a company pays out dividends to its shareholders, the company is required to withhold 20% of those dividends and pay it over to SARS. So those are the taxes that you should really know about. If you've never heard of them, then it's time for you to have heard of them, and it's a good thing you watched this video. So that's that on different types of taxes. From here on in, we're going to be focusing on income tax, and I'll see you in the next video.